going to let our Facebook Live people get on live here, and then we're going to go right at it. And what do you do when the sads come around? All right, we're about here. Today is actually a pretty easy one. It's what to do with the sad goes around. See, I have times where I'm sad. I have bad days, and I don't really feel the best in my head and my heart. Heartache happens, things of that nature happens. And today just happens to be one of those days. And I wasn't going to do a video today, but then I realized I had to stop thinking about it in my own terms and realize that I'm not alone out there. And there are other people who are also going through heartache and heartbreak, or being sad or upset or depressed or feeling something. And so what I want you to do is, with this video is a very simple one. I just want to kind of go into the aspect of things that you can do whenever you start to feel sad, when things aren't going your way, when you're having a bad day. Instead of, for me, what I do is I go into a solo state, and I tend to lock myself away. The reason I do that is because sometimes I feel like the outside world doesn't necessarily understand me. And so I go to a different place. I go to a place of myself. Problem is, when I go to my self place, some of you might know this or notice this, it happens to you also, is that when I go to the place where I'm with myself, I often find that guy that's there who is very negative against me, and I'm trying to eliminate him as much as possible. He's not very nice. His name is DeMarcus, and he doesn't like me sometimes. But I've been doing really well and to get through things like that, to make sure that tomorrow's a better day, because tomorrow can be better. And it just might be that today's hard, or next couple weeks might be hard, and it's okay. You can make it. So one of my advice pieces on this is tips for whenever the sads come. I was going to call it the frumpies. is to find somebody to talk to. When something hits you and something's heavy, don't hold it in. I'm very notorious for that, because I don't know who to trust sometimes, and I want to make sure that I'm speaking to the right people. But find somebody you can really trust and put your heart into, that will listen to you, won't judge you, will give you pure information. Now also be aware, and be very aware and cautious, and beware of people who give you information that you want to hear. The reason I say that is because if people are just giving you information that you want to hear, what that means is that they're just stroking your ego to try to help you to feel better. But in all reality, they're not really helping you. It's not about being right or what's being wrong. It's about getting better, and it's about feeling better. So if your friend is telling you, things that you need to hear, oh, girl, he wasn't nothing. Oh, girl, you can do better than him. Or, man, you don't need that chick, whatever. That may not necessarily be the truth. That might be the truth that they need to tell you, because they think that's what you need. So make sure that whoever you're talking to has your best interest at heart and is giving you real information. True friends will give it to you straight, no matter how much it hurts. That's number one. Number two, put something in you as far as the right information. I always talk about, what you put inside of yourself matters. The books you read, things of that nature. And Brooke, thank you, because I'm gonna definitely use this today, because like I said, I need something. So make sure you're putting the right things in your mind and in your heart, so that at least as you're going through that, maybe you won't have an understanding, but at least you'll get maybe a different perspective of how to get through it and how to get around it. Honestly, I believe that if people spend a lot more time developing themselves, they wouldn't stay in the depressed state as long, because there's pieces that you actually create and understand as you personally develop. So I highly recommend worst comes to worst, go to YouTube and type in motivational videos. And that alone, you'll find all kinds of stuff. I love T.D. Jakes. I love Eric Thomas. I love E.T. I love, what's his name? Inky Johnson, Les Brown. All those guys, they might be a lot of business, but they also have a lot of stuff that really helps your heart as a whole. And it can really help to heal you. I heard this guy named DeMarcus Tunsil's kind of good too sometimes. He's on his way up. He's a new up-and-comer. The third thing is don't go to the negative place. And I'm not talking about the negative place in here or here, because obviously right now, being in yourself, you're one whole. So if you're connected to yourself, you're connected to all the pieces. What I'm talking about is doing those things that don't yield you anything positive, like going out and getting drunk. It doesn't really solve your problem. Everybody says it solves a problem. No, it's a very temporary situation. It's a temporary fix. It solves nothing. Going out and having sex with somebody else, it doesn't solve your problem. As a matter of fact, it might cause more problems depending on what your situation is. Be aware of what you're doing to yourself. That's self-sabotage. And you're right now it feels good, but you're actually punishing yourself in the long run, because you're going to have to deal with that one way, shape, or form. Now, heartless people, some people have, oh, I could do whatever. But just if it was available to have different options, utilize those other options. Another thing, I believe a big tip, because I don't want to dwell on that one, because that one's a negative. I don't like to dwell on the negative because we're already in the negative, right? Find music that touches your soul. My favorite song whenever I'm feeling a little down or low and something's affecting me is Isis or Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Love that song. It's the words of it that really encompass who I am and what I feel. So find words and lyrics and music that really encompass what you feel without going to that negative place that allows for you to, like I said, go do drugs, go drink, end up in the wrong place, get in a fight just to feel pain. All that stuff doesn't solve anything. So that's all I want to do. Guys, guys and gals, to be honest with you, we're all going to have a day. We're all going to have a bad day. We're going to have the frumpies. And you just have to know how to handle it when it happens. And just find the right people. Put the right information into you, to help you lift your heart and soul and spirit. Find some good music to put into you. And don't do anything damaging like overeat, eat your feelings, drinking, getting, drugs if that's something that you're want to go to, feeling pain, cutting yourself. There's so many bad things out there that you can go to. But a good thing, if you want to go to a place, if you wanted to get into something to take your mind away instead of those temporary distractions, there's other good temporary distractions you can do. You can go and exercise. Exercise is great because you got that energy anyway. You can go lift weights and stuff like that and get it all out. But, there's so much more you can do. And I believe that everybody in the world has the ability to get through anything that they're going through. Now, it's not going to be easy. No. It's going to take a different version of you to get out of it. There's a saying that says, the same mind that got you into your situation is not going to be the same mind that gets you out of it. So a lot of us, instead of trying to change who we are to get ourselves out of what we were, a lot of us actually medicate. We get doctors to give us drugs to medicate, or we self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, etc. So that's why I keep telling you, you have to change your mind if you want your body to change. And a lot of you don't know my story, but I've dealt with depression before. And so one of the great things about what I'm doing now is I'm stepping out of that light of depression and into a happier face. But sometimes, things happen in my life that that just affect me, and it sucks. But I realize that I can't stay there. It's a selfishness for me to stay in that zone where I allow that sadness to stay. And so instead, what I do is I do the right things to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. I'm going to actually probably put this quote online, but it seems like to me, heartache seems to hurt me most at night when it's dark and it's night and I'm, alone. And two, whenever I'm not busy. Those seem to be the two times. So if you could stay busy at night, hence driving Uber, hooray, that actually is one of the greatest things that ever happened to me, because it keeps me distracted and I get to, hang out with people and just talk with them, people who are positive and good energy. So find what it is for you. Whatever it is for you, find that. And don't allow yourself to stay down there forever. There are positive ways to get out of it. Just go find the positive ways and don't be so quick and lazy to go to something easy. And you'll make it. I promise you, you will. And that's all I have to say. If you ever need to talk, feel free. I will gladly talk with you. You know I will. And no, I won't probably tell you what's wrong with me. A lot of you probably already know, but it's okay. But we can do this. We will be great. And tomorrow will be a better day. And if you feel like you're at rock bottom, I love to say this quote, if you feel like you're at rock bottom, that's a great place to plant your feet and pop back up. So that's all I have for you guys today. Have a blessed day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I feel better tomorrow. I will feel better tomorrow. I'm not hoping. I will feel better tomorrow. And you guys have a blessed one, okay? I believe and I really do love each and every one of you. And you can do it. You can make it. And don't let anything stop you. Not even you. Because you are your biggest enemy sometimes. All right? Have a blessed day. Happy Thursday.